Hi, my name is Meg Markarian, and I'm a graduate assistant with the University Writing Center and with the IU Indianapolis Graduate Office. And today I'm going to talk to you about scholarship writing, or how to write a scholarship essay that addresses the prompt and maintains your voice. So we'll start with an introduction. We'll talk about why scholarship writing is a skill. And then this video is part one of a two-part series. In this part, we'll address writing for the prompt. And in the second part, we'll address finding your voice. So let's talk about the skill of writing for a scholarship. It does sound a little silly, but writing a scholarship essay is a skill. It takes practice, commitment, and sometimes multiple attempts. On the right, you'll find some standard helpful tips for writing a scholarship essay. I'll just read the first part of each of the tips, and then you can pause at your leisure. So the first tip is to plan out your essay. The second tip is to keep it simple. And the third tip is to consider your audience. So part one, writing for the prompt, how to ensure you're writing with the prompt in mind. There are 3 parts of a scholarship prompt, and every prompt has each of these parts. So the first is the context, which is the circumstances of the prompt that are important to know before you submit. The second is the criteria, which are the requirements one must have in order to submit an application at all. And finally, there's the request. That's how the prompt wants you to fulfill the criteria. Each of these parts are really simple to address, especially if you write out your answers before you sit down to write out your essay. It's going to take some planning. So let's start with an example. You'll notice in yellow, I've highlighted the context. In blue, I've highlighted the requirements, and in green, I've highlighted the request. I'll let you pause to peruse at your leisure. Let's break it down. So in this scholarship is in memoriam of something. So you have to make sure you explain why this scholarship would be an honor to receive. You should also explain your connection to the School of Liberal Arts at IU Indianapolis. The criteria is where you explain how you fulfill the requirements of the scholarship application laid out in the prompt, but do so briefly. Long-winded answers are not necessary for stating facts. In this case, it's a master's student in their first year of an anthropology program with an identified advisor and a project they would like to pursue in their second year. There isn't much more you would need to address for the criteria. Finally, the request is where you can get more creative with your answers, as you will be answering a specific prompt rather than explaining why you are replying. There are 2 questions to answer in this prompt, one requiring a 750-word essay, the other requiring a 250-word essay. So let's outline with this in mind. Answer the following questions in your outline. What parts of the context are most pertinent to address? Do I have a personal relationship with any of the content in the context, such as, do I know this person if this scholarship is in memoriam, or am I specifically available to fulfill the context better than somebody else? Secondly, what parts of the criteria do I meet and how? Make sure you list these out. Be specific. And then finally, what specific experiences do I have to fulfill the request? List as many details as you can about that experience, the who, what, where, when, and any notable impacts this experience had on your life. The scholarship is looking for somebody who can fulfill both the context and the criteria, but is outstanding in the request. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to the University Writing Center or the IU Indy Graduate Office. If you're looking for additional writing help, make an appointment at the Writing Center today at iuindy.mywconline.com. If you're a graduate student and in need of some writing accountability, take a look at the Grad Jag Writers Workshop in the link below. Thanks!